Hello everyone, welcome back to another quick guide for Fallout 76 this time. And today I'm going to be talking about a perk card that's really strong on full health builds called Dodgy. This perk's pretty standard. Avoid 30% of incoming damage at the cost of 30 action points per hit. This perk almost never gets talked about, but you gotta understand, 30% damage. That pretty much means that you get a 30% damage resistance boost as long as you have 30 action points in your action bar. Now, I get it. For bloodied builds, not so much, or perception builds, this isn't very good. But if you're running power armor and heavy guns like I am, then this is probably one of the best perks to put on for survivability. Because taking 30% less damage from any source, like Earl Williams, the Scorch Beast Queen, is just a strong thing to have in general. Because since you're running power armor, you're not going to be using perception, because when you do, it uses up your power core. So if you want to see the full extent of the build that I'm running, this is pretty much it. You can just read through them all, and it's pretty standard stuff. I have the immunity to radiation damage build, and I like this one a lot. Here's my perk cards. You got 2 there, 2 there, 2 there, and 2 there. So I'm going to just show it off for you to kind of see the extent of it. There's a guy here. I'm going to go inside of West Tech actually. So I'm going to try to aggro as many enemies onto me as I can, just to kind of get that like full extent of the perk card. As you can see, takes my AP. My AP regens pretty fast, so it's going to come right back. These enemies can barely damage me at all because of this perk that I have, so it's pretty much just a 30% damage resistance buff at all times. Now, I get it, if you don't have the AP to sustain it, makes sense. Maybe you shouldn't run it, pick a different card. But that doesn't mean that you should overlook this perk at all. Right? It takes him a pretty long time just to deal any sort of meaningful damage, and I'm going to take off the card now. So now those hits that I would have ignored or dodged the damage to, I'm going to start taking significantly more damage. See, like right there, that he does a lot of damage now. You know, these guys are going to start shredding through my HP pretty quickly. Jesus, this thing's loud. So yeah, no bueno there. So if you're a full health build, I definitely recommend running it. Obviously, not everyone's a full health build, so this perk card is probably not going to be relevant to bloody builds or anything like that. But it's still really nice to have on, since it makes running through West Tech or certain missions just a breeze. Even like if you don't have T65 or good power armor, like if you're a lower level player, it's really good as well, because you don't really need to use perception or anything like that. Or sorry, VATS. I keep calling it perception, but I think you know what I mean. And being able to trivialize most of the enemies and not need to worry about getting killed super fast is always good. And especially if you have like low stim-pack counts and you just don't have enough to sustain it, then obviously running this perk card will help you reduce the usage of them, especially mixed with that, what is that one serum? Let me check right now. That allows you to heal yourself. Healing factor. So, you know, you get healing factor onto your character. You heal when you're out of combat. It's an amazing mixture, so you almost never use stim packs. And it does stack onto other things as well, so for a full health tank build, it's easily, hands down, the best card that you can equip. And it only takes up 3 points, and you don't even need to use it on a final build, because, you know, you can put anything there. So it's always nice. But it's not just damage resistance, it completely nullifies that damage. So you aren't nullifying 30% of it, you're just getting rid of it. So it's just basically cutting their damage down by 30%. So this is also really nice for some of the melee enemies. And if you don't want to use a perk like blocker, this is a good one. I know a lot of people use blocker when they're going full health, which if you want to use like heavy gunner, bear arms, and traveling pharmacy, which I prefer to use so my inventory isn't full all the time, because obviously running a heavy gunner build, this is probably the two best to run. And I carry a lot of the chems around on me, so definitely it's a better alternative in my personal opinion. But you could mix a blocker and this together to pretty much not take any damage from melee attackers, because obviously like Assaultron Dominators will completely shred through your entire HP pool. Even with this setup I have. Anyways, guys, if you hate this video, make sure you dislike it and leave something mean down in the comments. Anyways, bye.